What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Austin Show. Today we're looking at the new LEGO Harry Potter Hogwarts moment sets. So we have the Defense Against the Dark Arts class set 76397 and the Divination Class set 76396. So both of these are another one of the book builds, which after the first wave of them, I wasn't too happy with. Like, I don't overall like the look of them and just the way they're carried out, the execution of them. But I did get them, just to have like the minifigs and stuff like that. The sets are kind of nothing to me, but getting the minifigures that they come with is more what I'm looking for. And then it is pretty cool if like you put all the books together, that design as well. But for the actual sets themselves, they're pretty lackluster. But both of them look pretty cool again. So we have the Defense Against the Dark Arts class from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, where we have Professor Mad-Eye Moody as the teacher. And then we also have the Divination class that seems to be probably from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, since I think that's the only movie we actually saw them in the class, so I assume that's what that is from there. But both of them, look relatively nice. I like the designs of the boxes, with each one featuring stuff like from the movies and like details a part of that. But if we flip around to the back of them, we can see more of the play features. So we have the turn them on their sides now. So for like the Defense Against the Dark Arts, you can see more of like the classroom design in there and some of the additional like little play features and stuff we're going to get included with that. And for the Divination class, same thing as well. So looks overall like the Divination class we see relatively in the movie, with how it folds up, and then again you can put all the books there together. So overall, not much to each of these. Like I said, for me it's mostly for the minifigures that I care about for these sets. But let's go and start looking at each set, starting with the minifigs. So here we have our 6 minifigures, 3 from each set. So let's go and start with the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. So starting off with Professor Mad-Eye Moody here. So he looks pretty cool just overall with his look and design. Does look relatively like Moody. So he has the all scarred up face with the missing eye, where he has the additional eye that rotates and stuff. His longer blonde hair, and then his all brown robe. So he has the big like robe piece over the top. And I like that you can see he goes all the way down his legs, and I like the buttons and like buckles and straps and stuff around in there. And then we have his underneath outfit, so a little bit darker brown, and you can see more of like the buckle designs and stuff there, and the brown pants going all the way down to the brown boots, where he also has the metal leg from where he's missing the leg, so he's got that in there as well, which is pretty cool, and some printing on the back of his shirt there. And then for the face, we can go ahead and pull this off, and we have the additional face there of Barty Crouch Jr., so we have him there with his tongue sticking out and everything, pretty fun, and all the stubble and all that. So I like that switch in there as well, and we do get a hair piece, so we can make it into the Barty Crouch Jr. version. But he also has his walking staff, since he has his metal leg, and then I assume to be the jar of polyjuice potion that he drinks out of all the time, just there in his hand. So pretty nice Mad-Eye Moody figure. I think this is the first one I've had, so that's one reason why I definitely wanted this set. And then we've got Hermione. So of course with each of these we're gonna get like a main character thrown in. So we have just your basic Hermione. I'm pretty sure we've had this before. She's got the Hogwarts robe on, her long brown hair. There's just a girl face there, looks like a little bit of a smile, and then an angry face there on the back. And then she just has her standard tan wand. And then we also get Neville Longbottom thrown in here. Again, we've had him multiple times before, where he's got the Hogwarts robe on. He just has it undone, so you can see the vest and shirt and stuff underneath there. But we know it's Neville because he has sort of like the buck teeth. They always give him that buck teeth design with the brown hair piece, and around on the back it's more of like an inquisitive or like worried look. And then he just has a dark brown wand. Now for the Divination class, first off we get Professor Trelawney, again a character I don't think I've had before, but I definitely wanted. So she looks pretty nice overall. So she's got the big like Coke bottle glasses that make her eyes really big, nice headband with her long reddish color style hair, or light brown, whatever you can call it, but nice big poofy and curly and stuff. And then her weird outfit design. So she has this off green color, sort of like a mint green sort of outfit underneath, with a brown covering over the top, so you can see the design stuff in there with the green outfit underneath. And then it goes down to like a dress with what looks like some yellow leggings and then some brown shoes. So pretty nice design just overall. I like the details continuing there on the back of her. So she has that face there where she's just kind of like just a normal face, and then she's got one with a little bit of a smile, and then she just comes with a dark brown one as well. And then we get Harry Potter again from the 3rd movie. So he has the hair a little bit longer, although it would be more for like the 4th movie. But again, I don't think we see Trelawney's class in the 4th movie, so this would have to be from the 3rd one. But again, he's in the Hogwarts robes just like Neville, so exact same design and stuff. Just have Harry's face there with a little bit of smile, of course his glasses, his lightning bolt scar somewhere there on his head, and then just like an angry face there on the back with his dark brown wand as well. And finally, we get a character I don't think I've had before, which is Parvati Patil, which is pretty cool to get her. Again, she's in the Hogwarts robe, so exactly just like Hermione, but there we've got her darker skin since she's Indian, and she has a little bit of a smile there, her long black hair that looks really nice. I like that hair design. And then she also has, I guess, a worried face there on the back, and then she comes more with like a light brown one. So pretty nice to get all those. So I have at least 2 new minifigures. I'm not sure about Parvati, but she may be that. So 3 new minifigures, and then of course 3 old ones that we've had before. So that's one reason why I get these books, to try and get more characters, so I can try and, pretty much build the whole school of all the Hogwarts students and teachers and stuff. So that's the main reason why I get these sets. And then we have our 2 books, so pretty nice designs overall. So I like the different colors. So we have a black and then a purple one. So for the Defense Against the Dark Arts, so the book cover they all relatively the same with the Hogwarts crest on it, but then the different like designs and stuff for each of the different books. So this is Defense Against the Dark Arts. So we have the Dark Mark, we have what looks to be like wind stakes, so probably like vampires. We have the werewolf head, we have a spider, 2 wands, so like for dueling and stuff, and then defense, defense against dark arts, so shield there as well. And then on the side we have the 2 wands, for like the dueling, and then the back design that's pretty plain, just has the 2 pieces on here, so you can attach the books together. And then for the divination, we of course have stuff related to like divination and prophecy telling and stuff. So we have a crystal ball, a moon, a crystal, like tarot cards or something, to tell futures. The tea, of course, like Harry looks in and sees the grim, and then some plants of some sort down there, maybe some tea leaves or something for that. And then on the side we have a crystal ball. So I like this. So if you have them all together onto the side, you can kind of tell what each one's going to be like by their little sticker logos on the sides there. So pretty nice overall. Like I said, pretty much exact same design, just in different colors with the different details on there. But let's start off with DADA class first, so we can go ahead and open it up to see what it looks like in here. So again, we have all the different stuff like accessories and attachments folded up in here. We have the middle like dividing that opens up. So let's go and take off like the accessories. So here of course have like a black like chalkboard stuff that says Moody at the top, where of course writes his name. And then we have the unforgivable curses, and it's written with 3 unforgivable and then 1 2 3 where they go through. So we have that chalkboard written there. And then we have what looks to be a table. So we have like the front table here that Moody can stand. We have the piece that's gonna have like maybe the spider or something in it there, and then like a little glass jar. And then we have a table with chairs. So the chairs are kind of just attached on underneath here, so we can pop them off. Of course, we'll have to set up a classroom looking design. So we have the different little chairs, whatever they're supposed to be, with the classroom table there. And then we also have a chest as well, which is pretty cool, that since we already know what goes on with Professor Moody actually being Barty Crouch Jr., we have the chest in here that has actual Moody inside of it. So it's just the like micro fig or whatever they call it of actual Alistair Moody there, where he's just in the all white outfit. Of course, his all black leg there for his missing leg and stuff. And it's supposed to be a minifigure like in the chest where he's like deep down in the hole and everything. So they give you a minifigure. So it just looks like he's supposed to be deep down in there and everything. So that's a fun little feature that they included. It's not something they had to do, but I like that they did include it. So that's pretty much most of all our stuff. We do have some extra little things hidden back in here that I kind of threw in the back. Let's get the faux glass out of the way. So we have the spider. So it's supposed to be the spider when doing the Imperious Curse that he controls and stuff. So not just a nice little spider we can stick onto the desk there. And then we also have a hair piece for Barty Crouch. So if we want to have him in the Barty Crouch form, we can switch the hair piece out with that as well. But then we have the actual classroom pieces. So everything here is pretty standard. So we have this piece that can open up here. And I forgot to put this piece back on so that can just sit back there. I assume that's supposed to be like the faux glass or some of this stuff. It's hard to tell exactly where and what everything's supposed to be, but we know Moody's so like paranoid about people attacking him, so he has a faux glass. So there's that. And then we have this additional piece that opens up. So again, I don't know which side's supposed to be the classroom and which side's supposed to be like like his office and stuff. Like to me, look wise, this looks more officey and everything, so you can maybe like set it up like this maybe. I don't know, like be the classroom in the office, not exactly sure. Like to me, this doesn't really carry off how it appears in the movie. Like I feel they kind of go with that, especially like divination, we'll see that. But with this overall in general, I feel it doesn't carry off that look too well. So again, I don't know how it's supposed to look exactly. Okay, so from the box design, it is set up that this is the classroom and back here is the office. So of course we can set up the classroom. So we'll put the table up here where Moody can stand. Of course, I have the chalkboard over here to the side where he's writing stuff down. We'll set the table up here with the 2 stool pieces to set our characters. And then we have the chest that can go back into the office where he's keeping it hidden, that it's, actually Professor Moody is actually back in there. So we can stand him right up here to be teaching the front of the class. And then, of course, take our 2 characters of Hermione and Neville and put them on the seats. So we just pop them on the little peg pieces there to sit on the chairs. And then that gives us Professor Moody teaching the class of Defense Against the Dark Arts. So again, not set up exactly how it is in the movie, because obviously if you didn't notice, like in the movies, the Defense Against the Dark Arts class and the Divination class are pretty much the exact same classroom, just they redecorated it and everything, but it's overall got the same layout. So you have to go up like a set of stairs into the professor's office, so that'd be back here. So obviously there's no like stairs or that design or anything, but I guess overall, like I said, the execution of these sets are not really that great, but they just, I like the details they throw in, just doesn't exactly have all the exact stuff to carry out how it looks in the movie and everything, but relatively good enough just overall. So now with these, we of course also have the thing where we put them back together to put it all folded back up into the book form. So let's see if I can do that too well. So of course we know that we had the 2 seats that went into the bottom of the desk. So we can take just both of these and just pop them onto the bottom of the desk part here. So we know those two go together. So they just snap in together just like that. We of course had the spider was not on there. So we'll set that aside, and then we have the chalkboard as well. So let's go and just fold up our pieces. So of course this piece folds up here, this piece folds back here, and then they fold back together like this. So we have to just fill in the gaps now. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, there is a book. So each one of these books has a book itself for the class. So this one's hidden back here, like back in this little section. So here we have a book on, of course, for Defense Against the Dark Arts. It's all black, and open inside we have the dark mark. So it's got a thing there for the dark mark. So I like how they have a little book for each one of the classes that has to do with like what the class is about. So I think that's pretty interesting. So we'll just throw that book back inside there. But we got to fill in the spaces now. So we've got our table together with the 2 seats in there. So I think this just goes back in there. And then I believe the chest was sitting on top of that there, so we can fill in that. And then we have the teacher's table. So again, with this, looking at the space design up at the top here, it's going to be hard to see there. So it's got the 2 pegs, so I assume it goes like this, and with the opening and stuff like that, it just fits in here. So yeah, it looks like it's perfectly there, and that does allow the door to shut, so it looks like we're doing pretty well. And then we have the chalkboard piece that I believe goes upside down here, and yeah, fits right in there. So it closes up our book space, so pretty nice there just overall. And as I showed in the first wave of the books that I then with the pieces up here, I then usually just for myself take the like characters and just stick them up top there, so I have them all together with the books and everything. But that's just me personally, but pretty nice overall for books. Like I said, they're not the best things. They're, somewhat, they're definitely not the best sets. I was very disappointed with them after the first one, so when they announced another one, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get them. But then I saw the characters, so I was like, oh, I guess I'll get them. So I guess I'm just kind of drawn into them and stuff, even though I'm not happy with them. I wish they would be better, but I guess overall they're just, they are what they are, I guess. I don't know. But then let's go and look at the Divination Class 1. So Divination, I like the book look just overall for it with the purple design, since I like purple and everything. But let's go ahead and open it up. So it looks like we have some stuff to take off here. We got a book that just fell out. So that book, I'll go and do it since it's already here. So for Divination, we have a nice lime green looking book. And on the inside, we have the Grim. So we have the Grim, looks like maybe a tea stain and stuff on it. So pretty nice there overall. Once again, I like that they include those for each of the different classes. And then we've got over here, we've got a chest, it looks like. So it looks like a chest with some teapots and teacups and everything there that will have to sit somewhere. It looks like we have a big comfy chair maybe for Trelawney to sit in or something. And then we have a table itself. So it could be like for Trelawney or the students, because if you remember the movie, they would sit on like pillows and then sit around like little tables and stuff. So it wouldn't have big tables or anything, but could probably just choose to use it for either one, whatever we want to do. And then we have the set itself here. So it looks like we have doors that can open up. So we have flap on this side, flap on this side. Oh, and looks like we have some other stuff here. So it looks like we have a crystal ball that we have sitting on top, and then 2 chairs. So of course the 2 chairs or pillows, whatever, for the kids to sit at. And then it looks like we have a little table as well with a teapot. So these look more like the little tables they sit around, maybe a little bit bigger, it would hold more than just a teapot, but very little tables. So maybe that could be for the students to sit around. But then we have the actual design itself here, which looks pretty nice overall. This is what I was talking about with like the classrooms being the same between dark arts and divination. Overall, like from the movie sets and stuff, they are exactly the same. Just with divination, they threw curtains in around everywhere. So we have like the red curtain details and stuff like come around here. And then this was what I was talking about. So we have the big window in the back, same for both classrooms. It wasn't shown in the other book, but in the actual movie and stuff, same big window in the background with stairs that go up and then curl around this way up into the teacher's office. So it's supposed to be laid out pretty much exactly the same, but obviously we see more of it in this set than we did with the other one. But overall, we can see the design. I do feel it's a little bit better because it feels, like setting it up like this way does feel more like a classroom sort of design, but don't really see too much in familiar. Just like with this section over here is pretty much all I see that looks familiar between the movies. But we have the sides here. I don't know if they're supposed to be like the windows with maybe curtains in the front, with the curtains drawn back. So we have this maroon colors here supposed to be the curtains, and then the gold be like the draws holding it back or whatever. But in the middle here, we have this big like pillar section. So we have a nice cabinet here in the back with some doors that open that the book keeps falling out of. Then we have like a little jewel piece sitting up here in the center that transitions up into like the big stone pieces with an owl up there. But in the back, we have the big window, a nice chandelier hanging up there. And then over on this side, we just have like the tea section, I guess. So we have some teacups and some teapots with some tea. You see like steam coming up and everything, and teapots stacked all the way up there. So of course, since they do fortune telling with teapots and stuff, I guess it kind of fits overall. But like I said, it doesn't really look too much like it does in the movie or anything. But we can go ahead and set up our classroom. So let's go ahead and set up Trelawney's chair with the table over here, maybe, so it can be like her table, and we can go and just take her, so we'll put her in the seated position and then just stick her right in the chair. And maybe with it being her table, we'll go ahead and put the crystal ball there so she can be like telling the future. And then we'll go and take this other little table with the teapot on it and then stick the little cushion things around it there, and then take our Harry and Parvati and maybe pop them on there so it could be like they're sitting around getting ready to tell some future, maybe spotting the Grim or whatever there. And then of course just have this thing with the other little chest there. I don't know what that's really for. Since we have all the teapots there, I don't know why we have that teapot section there as well. But we have that setting up our divination classroom. So overall looks, just relatively nice. Again, mostly just care about the characters and not much of anything else. But, it is what it is, I guess. It's what we just have to deal with. But let's go and take our characters out, and we put the set back together. Hopefully I remember how to do it. I remember these being stacked up together, and with them being stacked, I like to do the opposites, just one side then the other. And then I know the crystal ball was on top of that, and then I remember both of them, these and the little table, if I could get that together, were set back in here. So maybe this on this side and the teapot table with the other section there. So I like how they're sitting separate there, like on the little peg sitting back there, so you can then still close this piece over. We can go ahead and close this one up. I know the book went in this back here, at least that's where I had it stored, but I think it has some issues just with like the thickness of the book. It doesn't fully fit in back here, so it causes some issues with the doors closing. So we can put the book in, and yeah, like this door doesn't fully shut. It's sticking up a little bit, so I feel like maybe when you close this in, it kind of interferes a little bit. It doesn't really look like it's doing it, but I know like with this set, when I close it up, it doesn't close all the way. Like you can see there's like a gap there, so something's off with this set. But we've got that there, so there we can kind of see our amount of space we have left. I know obviously this was in the front, so much like the other set, that one in the front, I think the chair. So let's go and put the table maybe in the back. I don't know exactly how I want to set it. Maybe turn it this way and pop it right down in there. And then I assume the chair goes on this little clear peg sticking up there, maybe facing this way. I'd have to face that way with the way it's designed. So let's pop it onto there maybe. And yeah, it kind of folds up in there. And then take our little cupboard piece and maybe stick it right in there, and it all folds together. So like I said, there is somewhere where it like doesn't close together fully. Something's stopping it from fully closing together. But there we've got the Divination Class book all put together there as well, again with some pegs on top where I tend to stick the characters. So there we have our two books together there of this new wave of the Defense Against the Dark Arts class and our Divination class, and then of course all our different characters that came with it. Especially for me, the ones I care about most are Professor Moody and Trelawney, and it's awesome with Moody how we got this stuff for Barty Crouch Jr. as well thrown in there. So pretty cool overall for these two sets. So let me know what your opinions are on these Lego Harry Potter Hogwarts moment like book things. Just let me know, do you like them? Do you not like them like I do? Just let me know what your opinions are down in the comments. But if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. And I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.